Hey, I was just listening to my brilliant commercial run. That men cryotherapy, I'm serious. I go there every week. They're legit, man. I'm telling you. If you got any aches or pains,
I get lots of aches and pains. I'll
go there and try that cryotherapy. It works. Also, big shout out, big thank you for everything Jersey Mike's does in this community. They give so much money to charity. The owner, Steve, you just can't. You can honor Jersey Mike's by going in there. My favorite sandwich. I'll go in there and I'll buy 3 or 4 at a time.
Really?
Yeah, because I'm prepared. So if I don't get lunch tomorrow, I know I got a Jersey Mike's in the refrigerator. But the charity work that Jersey Mike's does in this community, the things that they do for so many families and people, I don't want it to go unnoticed. All right, the show every Monday at 1 o'clock. Ryan Williams, my son is John. That's
John, who called?
Yeah, he called. Ryan Williams, I'm the coach, and Cody Como, our new addition to the show, who knows a lot about sports. So let's go around the room here. And Wimbledon tennis, yes, no?
I did not catch anything.
If Federer makes it to the final, I'll be watching that. I've been a big Federer fan for a few years now. Anyone that dominates any sport, I'm a pretty big fan of.
He's favored over Nadal, which is how do you do that when Nadal is like on a streak like nobody's business?
Really, I don't know a whole lot about the game that much, but I do know like surfaces play a difference. Federer's just been an absolute monster on grass for about 20 years now.
I played tennis when I was your age, both your ages. I love tennis, and then I had back surgery and I couldn't serve anymore. But tennis, it is a great sport, but it's to me it's underserved, and I don't know why. There aren't enough tennis courts. Why is tennis falling on hard times? Aaron?
Expensive.
I don't think it's that expensive. I think you get a good racket, solid racket, and you just get some tennis balls. But I don't know. And I think we're seeing it in the professional level among Americans. There's no really predominant
U.S. stars.
Yeah. And even Andy Roddick was kind of our last good tennis player, him or John Isner, and he's like 20th.
But that'd be on the men's side. On the women's side, we have the Williams sisters, who are the best in the world.
But
yeah, it's true.
I think the other thing that adds to it is there's no real professional venues out here for tennis. I mean, I don't think I've ever in the LA area. I'm sure that there have been tennis venues. I haven't heard about them.
Palm Springs has the nicest by far, but that's a good point. There aren't any venues, but I think Aaron's point. There's no exciting stars, except I love watching Serena and Venus. I love watching the ladies play. It's interesting, the grunting that goes on, the noises that these tennis players make. All right, next sport, NASCAR is in trouble. Nobody's watching. Is your generation watching NASCAR?
That's a definite no.
Yeah, I've never actually seen a full race. I will say I'll give them credit. People give it a little bit of undue criticism, but yeah, I've never watched a race.
Okay, my favorite sport is the Dodgers to watch. My favorite sport to play is golf, and I love watching golf. Do you guys watch golf?
Again, not as much as I probably would like to, I guess. I'll catch it when it's on, but nothing big.
So it goes back to you, Aaron. There's no Tiger.
Oh, yeah. I mean, but that's golf's problem, because before Tiger, there was a huge dip, and then Tiger came along, and nobody played the game like Tiger Woods. And now you have Dustin Johnson, who's a great player, but still not as exciting as Tiger Woods would be. Or you have Rory. You don't have that dominant, just absolutely going to get out there and kill.
Dustin, I love watching him play because I know a little bit about the game, but he's boring. I agree. He can barely interview.
He's got a cool walk and a hot wife. I got to give him that.
I think the thing is that no one is as exciting as Tiger. I mean, you see the picture that pops in my head when I think of golf is Tiger when he sunk that putt. And he's, lifting and he's shaking the rackets, and that's what I think of when I see golf. And nobody who's playing the game today does things like that.
All right, let me get into the money. Ellen and I, my beautiful wife Ellen Tunick, and I were talking about this last night at dinner, and I have to apologize to myself because I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a free market guy, and something is bugging me, and I want to ask you three guys if you agree or disagree or take on it. So the winner of the golf tournament yesterday, Xander, can't pronounce his last name, Schauffele, something like that.
Yeah.
$1,278,000. Now I get it. This is the first time he's won. He's struggled, blah, blah, blah. James Harden signs a contract for $225 million or $28 million. How much was it?
I don't even know. He's making like $50 million a year. It's going to be.
I mean, so let me ask the three of you. Here's where I'm coming from. Does he save any lives? If a heart surgeon or a brain surgeon or any surgeon saves 20 lives a year or one life a year, what is a life worth? I mean, so these brilliant doctors that are just doing incredible work, science, what is $225 million or $50 million a year? Are you guys, and you're a basketball guy, Ryan. Cody, you're a basketball guy. Aaron, you're a kind of a...
Yeah. It's okay, Coach.
I love you, buddy.
If honestly, though, if that doctor could sell out an arena, performing surgery, then he would make that kind of money.
But wait a second. Are you getting $50 million a year in entertainment value? I get entertainment value watching Jennifer Lopez.
I think he's appropriately paid. I think that's the money that Steph Curry should have made. I mean, Steph Curry, he was making less than Sean Livingston last year.
It's those rookie contracts.
Yeah.
Yeah, and injuries, he got pretty moderate, extension. But I would just say a lot of that stuff, I don't know, it's kind of a tricky question. Who's worth what, at a certain point, you could say no basketball player's worth more than $1 a day, and then you could say, hey, this guy brings tons of money to the city. Shaquille O'Neal basically helped Staples Center get built in Los Angeles. I mean, these athletes do bring to the cities, but same time, yeah, they're athletes. How much is an athlete worth?
I mean, that's kind of where I'm coming from, Coach. I'm thinking, if he's bringing in that much money for an organization, and they already have as much money as these organizations do, I mean, these organizations are worth billions of dollars. Why not? If James Harden, possible MVP candidate, I mean, he was second, right? I mean, he's one of the best players in the league. Why doesn't he deserve that? I think, and I agree with Aaron that Steph Curry deserved it too.
He's an interesting player who I actually like. He's maybe one of five, and I'm not a big basketball player guy like you are, but LeBron's my guy. Is Steph? I don't know. Steph is interesting. Cody's shaking his head, kind of no, like I know it's interesting. You and I need a bodyguard out to the parking lot if we pick on Steph Curry. But there's other guys in the NBA. KD is more interesting than Steph is.
But the thing is that it's also these contracts have so many different rules, and to get a super max deal, you have to spend so many years with the team, and this and this and this. I mean, that's why KD didn't get as much money as Steph Curry, because he's only been with the Warriors
for the three of you.
a year.
Literally, the money doesn't bother you. You guys have no sense. There's no, I don't know, jealousy.
There's definitely jealousy. Don't get that wrong. But I mean, I think I'm like 100th of the basketball player that James Harden is, but nobody's going to pay me $2.5 million.
I mean,
Aaron,
you
you're
look
a
at
thousandth of.
I know.
Did you say 100?
I think I could put a point on James Harden, though. He
You
doesn't play that
do?
great
I'll
at defense.
take that bet, son.
I don't think.
I'll
I think
take
I could
that
put one up.
bet.
you look at guys in the NBA like Timofey Mozgov. I mean, Timofey Mozgov is making like $16 million a year.
Yeah.
What goes to say James Harden doesn't earn the 25 or 30, whatever 40, 50 he's making? If Timofey Mozgov's making almost 20, and Steph Curry's making 40, I think that fits right in.
Okay, so we're done with this, except last point is when Kershaw pitches, except yesterday, I think it was 94 degrees in Dodger Stadium, but when he pitches, it's all done by the math. Cody, you know that. When he pitches, he's put an extra 5,000 people in the stands. So when you do the math, it makes sense to pay Kershaw $200 million. Does Harden put 5,000 more people in the stands? No.
I mean, he brought Chris
yes.
Paul to Houston. Chris Paul, I don't think.
Yes, he does, Coach. You're crazy.
What are you talking about?
You're
Coach?
crazy for that.
Okay, they don't. Yeah, you crazy for that one, Coach.
All right, let's move on.
What do you tip at a restaurant if you just got a $250 million deal?
What do I'm a big tipper.
Yeah.
I over tip. If I get good service, I will tip literally 30%. To me, waitresses are the hardest working people in our society. I would take every single congressperson out of out of Washington, D.C. today and send every waitress, and I can't be more sincere, every single waitress to Washington. Waitresses know how to fix problems and solve problems, and they could go a long ways into making this a better country. So big shout out to you from Coach Ron Tunick to every waitress listening to the show. Okay, so tonight, even my wife said, is the home run derby tonight? She's asking me this morning. I said, yeah. I said, why are you asking? She says, because I think I'm interested in watching. I said, no kidding. So we'll be watching in my home the All-Star. So American League, every year it's different. This year it's kind of a pitting two players against each other, and then they move on, right?
Isn't that how it was last year, Coach?
I don't think so. I watched it, but I don't remember. So let's see. Bellinger is going up against who's he going up? Oh, he's going up against Stanton. Giancarlo.
Mike Stanton.
I
Giancarlo.
prefer Mike.
Yeah, just give me Mike.
He won it last year.
He hit 61 home runs last year, Coach.
Do you see his body build? Are you kidding?
Oh my gosh, it's unreal. He could swing the slowest. He could have the lowest bat speed in the league, and he's still hitting that thing. And it's funny. Not even these home runs aren't just like barely getting over. He's hitting bullets, like line drives out of the stadium.
There's no steroids in that body. I mean, that's legit. I mean, he must have, I'm guessing, 3-4% body fat. It's all muscle.
It is. It's all muscle.
Yeah, he's a freak. He's from Sherman Oaks too, right?
Is he?
Shout out Notre Dame High School.
Notre Dame.
Oh my!
Another Notre Dame product.
Talking about Notre Dame, just let's go off this little path just for a second. Hunter Green, 18 years old,
7.3 million.
You were
going to
get him on the show. What happened?
Yeah, I've been contacting him, and I hit him up before the draft, and his dad said, "Oh well, he's not doing any media till after the draft." And then I emailed him again and called him again, and I haven't heard back.
Keep trying. Does he know who you are? One of the greatest high school basketball players in the history.
Well, I used to play high school baseball.
Okay, so let's go around
him.
the room. You're 20 or 21.
20.
You just get $7.2 million. What's the first thing you're going to buy?
Paying off my house. My parents' house. Paying it off.
Oh, I love that about you. Okay, Cody. Como.
Vacation home. I'll get my other house later. Vacation home first. I just got $7 million.
Not doing nothing for your mother?
Well, yeah, but that'll come later.
No. You heard Ryan. He's paying off his parents' house,
I know, he
man.
went first. But yeah,
So you little selfish brat. You're getting a vacation home for yourself? And your gorgeous mother is frying in the sun out here? Okay, move on. Aaron, you just $7.2 million. What are you doing with it?
I
What's
don't
the
know.
first thing you're buying?
Sick. I'm getting sick at first. I couldn't imagine. But I would probably, buy my parents a house. That's probably number one.
Okay.
It's got to be,
So
right?
2 out of 3 of you have great character. What would I do with the money? I would set up college education funds for all of my grandkids. So every one of them would be guaranteed to go to Oregon.
Coach, he's a 19-year-old 17-year-old prospect. He doesn't have any grandkids yet.
You can't start planning soon
I
enough.
think he's 18.
18.
I'd love to know what he's doing. The first thing.
I think I saw him do an interview with Harold Reynolds, and he said he was going to pay off his house. He said he was going to pay off his parents' house.
I like the kid already. Yeah. All right, back to Home Run Derby tonight on ESPN. So our boy Bellinger, does he have any chance? He's got 25 home runs. Does he have any chance against this Stanton guy?
No, I guess simple answer. I would say no.
Okay, the next matchup.
If you're a fan of a team, do you want your player to win the home run
course.
derby?
Okay,
Absolutely.
but here's the thing that I look at it, and I'm most worried about is you look at when Jock Peterson went in his rookie year, he came back and he could not hit anything in the second half.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm more worried about that. I want Bellinger to come out of this clean. I mean, he's hitting so well right now. Why? I mean, I get why you'd want to participate in it. He's a rookie. He's hitting so well. All this press, all this media. But I'm more worried about him post All-Star break.
It's a good point. He was in a little slump until he hit the home run yesterday. So you've got in the American League, who looks good in the American? Well, Aaron Judge is, again, 6'7", built, unbelievable. Is it going to come down between him and Gary Sanchez, you think?
What about Aaron Judge?
No, I'm saying Aaron Judge
Yeah.
versus Sanchez. Mike Moustakas with Kansas City, I don't see that at all.
But he's been hitting well too. He's got a lot. How many? Does it say how many home runs he has on there?
25.
25. I mean, that's a good number.
The leader is Aaron Judge with 30. He's got 30 home runs.
They got a Scooter Gannett over there in the NL.
No Scooter Jeanette.
Aaron Judge is one big dude. He's like
6'7".
6'7".
Where did he come
like
from?
250?
You have any history on him?
I have no history. I could pull up Google though, Coach.
Yeah, Google it up. Okay, so big. I think a lot of America will be watching the home run derby tonight. We love home runs.
Yeah, everyone does. What is it? What is that commercial with Mark McGuire and Jose Canseco? Chicks dig the long ball.
I dig the long ball. I
everybody
love that
does.
long ball.
Right there.
Real
Right
quick,
there
because
with
I
you.
want to get on to another sport, but I don't think the ball is juiced. I don't think Rawlings, who's been making the balls for 130 or 140 years, is juicing anything. I just think it's harder to get a hit because of the defense is set up by all these teams now. So why not go for the home run and the money, right?
Yeah, well, and that's what everyone likes. But Coach, getting back to your point about Aaron Judge, he's from right here in California. CIF. He went to Linden High School, Fresno State, won 2 home run derbies in college.
Hey, Linden Boulevard. Represent.
Another Southern California. You're listening to a sports show in Santa Clarita on a fabulous award-winning station called KHTS 1220. We're going to come back. We've got a few minutes left. We'll talk about some other sports besides baseball and basketball. My favorite sport by far is college football, so we'll spend the last few minutes talking about the Oregon Ducks probably going to the national championship game against who. We'll find out in about 1 minute. I'm here with Cody, Como, Aaron, and my guy Ryan Williams, who's a center for a fabulous team, San Francisco State, the Gators. Will be right back on our show called The Coach's Corner. Love our intro on the sports show every Monday at 1 called Coach's Corner. Coaches in a Corner. I'm your host, Coach Ron Tunica, here with Aaron, Cody, and Ryan. And this last segment is an important segment for me because the Oregon Ducks just might be in the national championship game. We've got talent. We've got skilled players everywhere. We just need a defense. We can score 40 points a game, but we give up, last year was horrible. We were giving up 43, 44, 45 points a game. Let me go around the room. So let me start with Cody Como. Do you even care about college football? Because if you don't, just get out of here.
I do, but I'm a little more casual. Like I said, I like watching Federer win a bunch. I love watching Nick Saban just drive the SEC and the rest of college football crazy. That's one of my favorite things. Yeah. I mean, when you win that much,
you're an Alabama guy, so you're a front runner.
I'm a Saban guy. I'm not an Alabama guy. I love Nick Saban. I love the idea of.
Why don't you get an Alabama hat?
Because I don't care about Alabama. If he was doing it at Wichita State, they'd be my favorite team. Just seeing a guy college football.
Let me ask you a question. How old are you right now?
25.
Where do you get the money to buy a Ralph Lauren polo shirt?
He just turned 25, Coach. Maybe it was a birthday
Was that a
present.
birthday gift?
Yeah, no, it wasn't.
Wow, that's an expensive shirt. I can't afford shirts like that. So, all right. So we know you're a homer. You're a front runner. Let me go turn to my pal, Aaron. Do you even know anything about college football?
I know that I got my heart broken week 1 last year in Vegas by, I believe it was Notre Dame. I had them as the second part on a parlay. They were up like 28 and a half. They just had to win the game. 28 points up. And they lost it to Florida State and broke my heart. And I don't think I watched another college football game the rest of the year. But I'll take the Bruins and Josh Rosen. I think they're coming up.
Well, it tells me you know nothing about football. How do you like this? Oregon 2 years ago in our bowl game, we're up 32-0, and we wind up losing the game. Let me turn to my left here. My favorite basketball player of all time, maybe the greatest of all time, from West Ranch. Your favorite? Well, I know you like college football, right?
Yeah, I love college football.
Do the Gators have a football team?
No, they used to, but when Cal State system, they lost all.
Football's expensive,
Long
yeah.
Beach State used to have a football team. A lot of the state schools used to. Northridge did, and then that's what happened with SF State.
Well, think about it. Just the uniforms today with the helmet is probably $250,
No, it is.
$300.
It's an expensive sport.
And then how do you fly 80 guys?
Plus the scholarships.
So what's your favorite
Insurance
college
liability.
team?
My favorite college football team is UCLA. I've been a UCLA fan since coming up. My dad, we'd always watch UCLA football. I'm always waking up early, 7 a.m. on Saturdays to catch college football. The game day on ESPN. I think I only missed two or three of UCLA's football games this season.
I grew up when I was your age. I was a UCLA fan. So when you're my age, you'll probably be an Oregon Duck fan too. But UCLA is a heartbreaker. Their administration doesn't care about winning. They just care about putting on the powder blue uniforms and dancing around like there's no.
Oh,
I wouldn't go that far.
Hold on,
I wouldn't
Coach.
go
Aren't you
that
an
far.
Oregon fan?
Yeah, I was gonna say you're
Yeah,
talking.
Who
about
cares more about uniforms
What
than
about
Oregon?
what about the Conference of Champions, Coach?
You're listening to a sports show every Monday here at KHTS. I've got to catch my breath here. No, UCLA does not have an administration that really cares about winning. And Oregon cares about winning. Alabama cares about winning. Ohio State cares about winning. Michigan cares about winning. Nobody talks about winning at UCLA. We just talk about,
I wouldn't go that far.
oh,
Coach.
come on. You can't
I wouldn't
even
go
give
that
me a
far.
good argument there.
They've had the problem with them is that they have good teams on paper, and then it comes down to crunch time, and they start choking.
You guys, time out. You fish in the same pond SC does, and why don't you attract the same caliber player?
You're asking me, Coach. You should be
Jim
asking
Mora
Jim
still over
Mora.
there?
I was about to say you should be asking Jim Mora.
What about booster money? Were we bringing that up?
I don't
Yeah, let's talk about
Booster
that.
money.
I don't think
How about
they're
we
strapped
talk
for
about
cash.
that,
I don't
huh?
think they're strapped for cash. UCLA
Yeah, no,
for
I
that
don't
one.
think so.
You look at UCLA. I mean, you look at USC. They got the OJ Mayo thing. They got they've had lots of booster money going out to their players.
Aaron's
Coach
point
Reggie
is well
Bush.
taken. Where is the booster money? How come you guys aren't building a facility like my Ducks have? Okay, so where's your boosters are sleeping?
I'm sorry.
Where-
I'm sorry. I'm
We
sorry.
gotta
We
get
don't
it-
have
You've
the
got
Nike
billionaires. You have You have more billionaires as ex-UCLA alumni that could write a check that could make their program number one. But where's the winning? Where's that winning attitude? That's all I'm saying.
I think
What
UCLA
about
is
good
more.
old Pauley Pavilion, Coach? That's a great arena.
Well, we just redid Pauly, I
That's
guess.
what I'm saying. I was about to say you're an Oregon
We.
fan.
You
Don't say
can't-
we.
You can't go you then we.
Did I say we? I didn't mean that. I was very insincere, extremely insincere when I said we. Okay, so when you look at college football, it is, to me, it's the purest of all sports. I mean, these kids are putting, different than basketball. I know you're a basketball guy. You're not putting your life on the line. How many guys have passed away playing basketball?
Yeah, not a lot.
Not a lot.
Not a lot. But you're
You're
do have those
physically,
injuries going on.
literally putting your life on the line. Head concussions for a lifetime, major injuries for a lifetime. And it is amazing how this teamwork, and I played baseball, I played basketball, and I played football. And I can't imagine the other two sports that I played having as much fun in the locker room as football players do, having the kind of team spirit of the other two sports that I played. It's unique to any other sport, and it's a sport that look at when people take sides. I mean, there are fanatic fans like I am. I'm a fanatic Duck fan, and look how I'm bashing your Bruins. And you guys can't defend it, so I'm so happy.
Well, UCLA football is maybe the fifth most popular sports team in Los Angeles. It's not exactly Oregon State over across they're dealing with.
Very good point, Cody Como. You're maybe the smartest guy in the room. So the most popular sports team in LA is now the Dodgers.
Yes, and then you got to remember that.
It used to be the Lakers.
Yeah.
It's always going to be the Lakers.
Yeah, always.
No, come on,
Always.
guys.
Always.
Wake up.
Well, what do? You got the Clippers, you got the Kings, and then now we have the Chargers and the Rams.
Well, I
We
think-
don't-
hold on.
we don't talk about the Clippers.
Quickly to your point, I don't think the Dodgers are the number one, because to young fans like us, they've done nothing but break our hearts our entire lives. We get to the postseason, we have
Bingo.
great rosters, but we don't have any bullpen. Our hitting is not there. The Lakers, all we do is
Preach.
win.
Preach.
We've been to the finals 8 times,
Yeah.
7 times in
All
our
right,
lifetime.
next Monday at 1 o'clock, let's all four of us convene and let's bring the subject up, because now it tells me that you absolutely are hitting a soft spot with me. I was a diehard Laker fan. I used to listen to. You don't even remember Chick Hearn, do you?
Oh, I remember.
Oh, come on.
You
now,
do.
Coach.
We have to go now.
We're not that-
I
we're
think
not
we
that
have to
young.
go. But let's next week. I love Chick Hearn. He was the Vin Scully of basketball. Do you remember Chick Hearn?
100%. Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah, I remember.
He was great.
Coach, I grew up on.
All right. The show is called Coach's Corner. Coaches in a Corner here at KHTS 1220. I love being in a corner here on an award-winning radio station. You can listen to any show on hometownstation.com. Also, go to hometownstation.com for the news, local news. We are replacing the newspaper. It's the truth. Go to Hometown Station, and you can also sign up for our alerts every night. We'll see you next week, 1 o'clock.